So we have to also create an interior setting for yoga. To create an interior setting for yoga, the mind has to be quiet, has to be calm, with minimal movement. That might sound like a mysterious, impossible endeavor. Or maybe you've been practicing for a long time and that sounds like, oh yeah, that's something I can get to right away. You may have remembered times in your life where you thought, my mind is never going to leave me alone. Words. So this place is a training ground to learn how to make the mind quiet and calm. A very peaceful tool. It's a training ground to make the body strong, toned, flexible, spacious. It's a good place to come because it's safe, it's low risk. It's a controlled environment. No big surprises, no surprises. Your own mind might surprise you, or you might sense something in your body that's a surprise, but it's a very good place to begin training toward becoming sattvic, and then moving toward what you might call enlightenment. So this is the training ground. We train for everything else. We train to be an artist. We train to take on a new job. Sometimes we practice speeches in our head. We practice those kinds of things. Yoga is training for life, training just to be content to be on the face of the earth. We start with one breath, breathing in, breathing out. And then we continue, take another breath in, take another breath out. Continue breathing. When you breathe mindfully, we are training to be quiet, peaceful, content. This is not a pushing away or any kind of suppression. So if the mind is active, let it be active. With all its different kinds of gymnastics, all the different kinds of emotions, memories, thoughts, projections. But we're using the breath as a way to stabilize. All that stuff can go on. We're just not making more of it. If we're making more of it, then we're training in worry. Or we're training in other types of thinking, whether it's projection or planning, whatnot. There were times in my life where I was in full worry training to the point where you can become sick. So all the worries floating around, all the concerns, all the mysteries floating around, let them float around. But keep coming back to present moment breathing in this room, low risk, controlled environment, peaceful. Nothing to suppress, nothing to change. Bring the hands right to the knees, fingertips right at the kneecaps. Inhale, lift the shoulders up. Press them straight back, down, just rolling the shoulders. Simple movement, warming up the body, getting used to feeling the body. And let's reverse that. Bring the shoulders back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down. Getting used to sensing and feeling the body. And relax the shoulders, pressing them down. We'll turn the head to the left. And getting used to noticing when the mind takes over and just directing yourself very peacefully back to your breathing. Turn the head to the right. And over time, that becomes second nature. You'll notice all that was a lot of crazy mind activity that really was not helpful. So you come back to your breathing, back to the center, inhale up. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale up. Exhale, chin to chest. Level the chin. And we're going to lift the knees up and bring the arms around the knees, rock a little bit. Lift the chest up. And we're going to arc the right ear to the right shoulder. Stretch the left side of the neck. Chest is lifting. Shoulders pressing down. Very important that the shoulders are down. Make little spaces in between the cervical vertebra. Left ear, left shoulder. Stretch the right side of the neck. Training and quiet. Back to the center. And bring the knees down. Remove any cushion. And we're going to separate the feet and bring the bottoms of the feet together. So just intuitively moving through the practice, no particular set poses, just feeling what naturally comes next. Pull the heels in. Bring the hands underneath the feet for Baddha Konasana. Lift the chest up, press the knees down. You feel like you're lifting the interior of the thighs up and the interior of the calf muscles up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Try to keep the neck in alignment with the spine. Chest going forward. And feel a nice broadening across the low back. Relax your jaw, tops and bottom teeth are not touching. Relax your brow, no wrinkle in the brow. Feel that become placid. Slowly coming up, we'll do a little twist here. Bring the left hand to wrap around the outside of the foot, the right foot. Bring the right hand to the base of the spine and lift with the right hand. Lift the spine up using the right arm and look over the right shoulder. Twist. Open the shoulders, open the chest. Breathing in, breathing out. And coming back, we'll switch sides. Left hand on the outside of the foot and twist to the left side. And back to the center. Let's slide the feet out about 2 inches. We're going to come back into Baddha Konasana, just stretching different areas of the legs by bringing the feet forward. Hands underneath the feet. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold over the legs. And it might feel good to rock a little bit. Turn head left and right. You can think of yoga as the counter activity to working or being sedentary. Counter pose to stress. Slowly coming up, straighten the legs. Just wiggle a little bit, feel the sitting bones. Press the heels together if you can. Sometimes you need to have the feet a little more separated. Inhale, arms up. Lift, lift, exhale, fold over the legs. Chest going forward, rocking. This is a very early forward fold. Not very well warmed up yet, so just rock a little bit. Breathing your way through this. And slowly come up. Cross at the ankles and rock forward. Palms to the corners of the mat. You're in a tabletop position. So check that the wrists are right under the shoulders. Arms are parallel. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the hips. And exhale, around the spine, send the center of the spine to the ceiling. Chin tucks deeply, removing all that tightness in the shoulders and neck. Reverse it. Back and forth. Going at your own pace, really enjoying your breath, really enjoying the movements of the body. And flat back. I'm going to push the hips to the right, look over toward the left heel. Try to get the chin over the left shoulder, not under it. Push the hips to the right, look at the left heel. Push the hips to the left. Look over at the right heel. So we're doing a practice that is thousands and thousands of years old. Come back to the center. On the next breath, I'm going to raise the right arm up. So we are a continuation of yoga. Push the hips to the right. Look up at the right hand thumb. Tighten at the shoulder. Widen the fingers and breathe deeply. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, left arm up. Do all of this training. All we need to do is breathe and move. Left hand comes down. And here we're going to now bring both arms forward. We're going to come into puppy pose, chin to the floor. This is very good for getting good posture in the upper portion of the spine. As you breathe in, feel the body expand outward. So in this pose, we're not sitting on the heels, we're up on the knees. So we're as you inhale, the body expands. As you exhale, the body relaxes and you feel the shoulders move in toward the earlobes for the full exhalation. And maybe the chest gets a little closer to the mat. Move up and palms in the corners of the mat. You're going to step the left foot forward. Walk the right knee back. Flatten the right foot. So the left armpit is about on the left knee. We're going to come into monkey pose. Bring the hands to the top of the left arm and square up the hips and press the hips forward. Barely any back bend here, but you want to feel a tightening, a lifting in the right glute. Strengthening in the left leg. Then we're going to inhale the arms up. Now we're in crescent lunge or crescent moon. Bend back. Exhale, hands to the floor. And step the left foot back. And step the right foot forward. So as we practice, if you know other variations that you want to go into, please do that. Or if you want to skip a pose and rest, please do that. Inhale, arms up. Oh, actually, we've got to do monkey pose here. Hands on the thigh, press the hips forward. You might feel that stretch all the way into the left quadricep muscle. Lift the left glute to the low back. Inhale, arms up. In this pose, you want to feel the body expand outward. So the right knee going toward the right small toe. Exhale, the hands down, come back to the knees. We're going to raise the left leg, raise the right arm. Really tighten at the joints. Hold the body in the space and stay with your breathing. Bring the right hand down, and we'll do that on the other side. Raise the right leg, raise the left arm. Working on our balance, core strength. But all the while, you're following your breath so that the mind becomes quiet, unattached. Bring the hand down, place the palms in the corners. We're going to move into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Curl the toes under and really press the heels back toward the back wall until the toes feel like they're at a 90-degree angle. Inhale, lift the hips. And you can pedal the heels if the calf muscles are tight. Turn head left, right. Soften the knees and let's walk or jump the feet to the hands. Straighten the legs, clasp the elbows, forward fold. Just turn head left to right. Rock the hips side to side. Getting the head below the heart. Enjoy, quiet. Take any difficulties out of it. Whatever difficulties the mind presents, why would you invite that? Let them all drop. Training in quiet, peaceful contentment takes no effort. The knees will come all the way up. Inhale, arms up. Press into the feet, bend back. Exhale, arms down and behind your back. Interlace your fingers. And push the shoulders down. Lift the chest. This pose is really good for anybody who is spending many hours every day on a computer. This is very good for the upper back. Push the arms away, forward fold. Good counter stretch from computer use. Make sure that you're breathing, and then you'll be sure you are in yoga. Bend the knees deeply, rest the belly on thighs, and bring the arms up to Uttanasana. Chair pose. Lift the whole midsection up. Lift the skin of the low back up. If this bothers your shoulders, hands can be in prayer position. Stand up and bend back. Don't keep the arms up. Bring the right arm alongside and then lean to the right. Press the hips forward. Look at the left arm. Both arms up. Left arm down. Lift the right shoulder. Sink the left. Lean to the left. Look up at the right arm. Moving the body. Left arm comes up. This feels like we're doing all the things we forgot to do. Back to the front of the mat. Mountain pose. Bring the shoulders up the ears. Inhale. Press them straight back, straight down. Lift the chest. Feel the glute muscles roll into the low back. Tighten at the knees. Press into the small toes. Soften the left knee. Step the right foot straight back. Inhale the arms up. Bend the left knee. Virabhadrasana 1. Warrior 1. Bend back. Send the rib cage forward, chest up. Press the front of the neck up. Straighten the left leg, fold over the left leg, hands to hips or hands to the mat. Lift the hips, slide the spine forward. You're going to bend the left knee, spin the right foot down flat. Now the feet are perpendicular. Bring the left hand inside the left foot on a block or the mat. Raise the right arm up, side angle. Plug the right shoulder into the body and tighten at the right shoulder. Exhale. You have a lot of flexibility and muscle tension to the pose. Bring the right hand down, step the right foot forward. Forward fold. Lift the hips. You can slide the fingers under the toes or clasp the elbows. Rock side to side. Focus on your breathing. Let the neck relax. Let the head relax. Let the eyes relax. You've been through enough. This is training and relaxation. That can be very difficult. Bend the knees come all the way up. Exhale, arms down. Have you ever been with somebody who couldn't relax? Maybe you're on a vacation and the person can't relax. They need yoga training. So here, we're going to take a step straight back with the left foot. Firmly plant the left heel, bend the right knee. Inhale on the side. We are asana 1 on this side. Tighten the left glute, lift the right quadricep up, bend back, send the ribs forward. Deepen your breath. Enjoy this shape of meditation. Straighten the right leg, level the chin, fold over the right leg, and hands to hips, side, or fingertips. And let the widening behind the right knee occur without any extra effort. Tighten at the left knee, lift the hips, crown of the head goes forward slightly. Bend the right knee, step at the left, Bend the right knee, lengthen the left leg, spin the left foot down flat, back into side angle, have a block inside the right foot. Check that the right heel points at the left heel. Inhale, left arm up. Analyze the body. Can you tighten around the left knee? Can you get the left foot further back and a deeper bend in the front leg? Can you breathe deeper? Can you eliminate more thinking by breathing deeper? Bring the hand back. Step the left foot forward. Slide the fingers up the legs. Inhale, arms up. Bend back. Lift out of the hips, bend back. Exhale, mountain pose, front of the mat. Check in with your breathing. Are you with it or are you with mind? The mind can only do one thing at a time. So in order to train in quiet, you bring your attention to the breathing, and that will cancel out the opportunity for 10,000 thoughts. Shift all the weight into the right foot. And we take a long step back with the left foot. This time the hips are going to open to the side. A nice wide base, getting ready for a triangle. Arms come up. Look over the middle right finger. Slide the shoulders forward. Keep the left hip back. Bring the right hand down. Left arm comes up. And the hand can press into the back of the calf muscle. Or it can land on a block or fingertips. You're using the block, get the block under the shoulder. Yeah. Yes. This is a leg strengthener, both legs, not just the front leg. Bend the right knee, bring the arms up on a level with your shoulders. Look over the middle right finger. Palms are facing down. Virabhadrasana 2. Deep bend in the front knee. Gaze this softening the ground. The back of the head is more interested to get into the back head. So there's no forward movement in the face. Bring the left hand to the back of the left thigh. Right arm comes up. Reverse warrior. Look up at the right hand palm. Right knee gravitating toward the right small toe. Exhale the arm down, step back to the front of the mat. Do something in between here. Bring the arms up. I'm going to turn to the left and fold very cautiously, using leg muscles and abdominal muscles on the left side. You really want the core to hold this to get this movement together. Inhale, come up. And we're going to pivot. Come down on the right side. Sensing, feeling, being within the body. Coming up just on the right. Exhale, arms down. I'll take a long step back with the right foot and the hips open so the heels are in alignment. Widen your base. Bring the arms up. Look over the middle left finger. Keep the right hip back, right shoulder back. Tighten at the knees. Bring the left hand down. Don't let go of the legs. Right arm comes up. All the way through that movement, the legs are tighter than you have a good ground. Hope you guys are okay at home. I can hear you breathing from here. Sounds good. Nice poses. As you come up, bend the left knee and look over the middle left finger, warrior 2. The feet didn't have to change there. The feet most likely in good position for both poses. You might have to just make a slight adjustment. Sometimes the back foot in this pose needs to be angled a little bit compared to the triangle. Feel equal in the feet, so there's no forward lunge here. The shoulders sit back and the spine straight up and down. Chin is hovering level over the left shin. Bring the right hand to the back of the right thigh. Left arm comes up, bend back. Sink the right shoulder. Open the front body. Reverse warrior. Deep breathing. A deep bend in the front knee. And bring the left hand to the hip, pivot the left foot, widen your base a little bit. We're going to come into open leg, forward fold. So we're facing forward with the feet widely separated. Bring the arms up. As the arms come up, really tighten at the knees. Lift up out of the hips and send the hips back and forward fold. Let the hands land where they land naturally. They can land on blocks, palms, fingertips. Breathing in, breathing out, training to have a flexible, tolerant way of being. You can feel the body showing up in different ways. Comforts, discomforts. Lift the head and come up on the fingertips, flat back. Take some restorative breaths here. Walk the feet together and then maybe jump the feet together, straighten the legs. Might still feel good to rock the shoulders, wag the hips side to side. Nice loose neck, shoulders. Bend the knees and come all the way up. Inhale, arms up, counter stretch, bend back. Exhale, arms down, long side, front of the mat. Let go of any sense of having to guess what might be next or worry about what might be next. And be content standing, mountain pose, breathing. To take a little step back with the left foot. Bend the right knee and come up on the toes on the right side. Bring your hands to a Namaste Mudra. Press the thumbs into the sternum. And at the same time, we're going to straighten the right leg, raise the left, pull the belly to the chin. Warrior 3. And the foot doesn't have to come up high. You can also use the windowsill. If you want to put the hands on the windowsill and raise the leg, you can do it that way. Bend the knees, step the left foot back, inhale, arms up into Utkatasana, chair pose. Gather up the midsection, lift everything up, slightly tuck the tailbone. Feet are parallel. Let's get the feet lined up. Bones of the legs lined up. Exhale, hands into a prayer position. Take a step back with the right foot. Straighten the left leg. Raise the right. Try to level the hips. You want to take that sensation that the right hip is higher than the left out of the pose. Level the hips. Step the right foot back. Inhale, arms up. Bend back, arms down, long side. Shake out the arms. Widen the feet about hip width apart. I'm going to swing to the left. Swing to the right. As you go to the right, the left heel lifts. As you swing to the left, the right heel lifts. So that protects the knees. And just really let go here. Sound like raw flapping. And back, make a wide circle with the right arm. Very nice for the shoulder. Taking your deep breaths as you do this. Reverse it. This time we're going to bring the right arm across the body, either grab the wrist or cup the arm with the left arm and look over the right shoulder. Upward movement out of the knees and hips. Legs are strong. Reverse it, wide circle with the left arm. And reverse it. Bring the left arm across the body, cup it with the right, and grab the wrist, and a gentle pull on the shoulder. This really helps to open the shoulder, keeps the rotator cuff area of the shoulder limber. Relax the arm down just for a moment, roll out the wrists, fingers. Bring the arms up on a level, you're going to lean to the right. Raise the left leg up to the left side. You can wall if you want. You can do this with your back against the wall. Bring the foot down, we'll lean over to the left, raise the right leg to the right side. Looking straight across, find a spot on the floor that is your drishti spot. And step back. This time I'm gonna point the toes out in the opposite directions. And bend the knees, coming into goddess pose. Bring the arms up, elbows bent, 90-degree angle at the elbows. Try to get the knees over the ankles. Knees are always pressing back, shoulders always pressing back. Breathing so deeply, there's no mind. Breathing in, breathing out. Simple practice. Come up on the toes. Or just stay where you are. Don't have to do all the stuff. Just like any other training, you graduate yourself with each class. Comes back to the front of the mat. Step back here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to hips. And come down, flat back. You can also extend the arms. Try not to droop the head. More challenging if the arms are extended. The heels here should be underneath the hips. Bend the knees, and when you come all the way down, sit on the mat. With the legs straight. We're going to do Janu Sirsasana on both sides. That's the head to knee pose. So we'll raise the right knee and bring the right heel all the way in to touch under the navel. And then look for a 90-degree angle in the femurs. So that might mean the left leg has to come out about 2 inches. Strap ready around the left foot. Inhale, arms up. Lift, lift, turn to the left, fold over the left leg, reach for the foot or the strap. You can also use the fabric of your pants. Just make sure you're not sitting on the foot. And that right big toe is pressing into the left thigh. And that's going to keep the right leg toned. And just see if you're here. Did you go somewhere? The only way you're able to go anywhere else besides here is if you are reacting to something that the senses are doing. Like seeing something, tasting something, smelling something, hearing something. And if those aren't available, the mind will just make up something and you go off on a little journey. Yoga is the practice of minimizing our reactions to what the senses are recording. And that brings us back to having a more content, peaceful way of being, less mind activity. And when the mind does come back, when you need it, it's more organized, higher quality, more creative. Just like when you turn the computer off that's been on for 3 months with a million windows open, it doesn't operate very well. So you shut it down, let it rest, let it cool down, and then you turn it on and it works better, just like the mind. Slowly come up, extend the right leg forward, bring the left heel in. Have the strap ready around the right foot. Inhale, arms up, lift the belly button up and bring it to the right, fold over the right leg. Chest trying to get forward. Press the left big toe into the thigh, and that'll help press the left knee down. Are you breathing? Be content and breathe. Slowly coming up. So you might notice that if you're in a pose and you want to be content and breathe, you cannot be overstretching because that creates pain. And you cannot be understretching because that creates boredom. So yoga is that very fine edge that we try to ride along with our breath. Let's bend your knees and scoop the hips forward and down to your backs. Place the feet directly underneath the knees, arms alongside, coming into bridge pose. Inhale, lift the hips up. Flatten the back of the neck. Breathing into the thyroid gland at the base of the neck. A soothing sound, air, breath landing in the base of the neck. Lift the hips up higher. You can also rest on a block if you want. And really relax the low back. But here the legs, if there's a block there, you're in a very relaxing yin pose. If there's no block, then it's more active and the legs are strengthening. The feet feel like they're pushing the floor forward, and the shoulders feel like they're pushing back, and the hips pushing up. If you want something more active, interlace your fingers under the low back. If you want to try something even more active, bend at the elbows, lift the hips, and come into a high bridge pose. Exhale and coming down, remove the block, come down one vertebra at a time until the legs are straight. Bring the arms over the head, stretch the whole body, create a high arc in the low back. Point the toes, stretch. Keep the arms over the head and relax the spine, but we're going to pick up the hips and move them 3 inches to the left. Bring the right hand to the left wrist. Pull on the left arm and walk the feet over so the body is arched. And we'll do the other side. Come back to the center. Bring the left hand to the right wrist. Pick up the hips and bring them 3 or 4 inches to the right. And begin arcing, walking the feet, sliding the feet to the left. Hips are on the floor, body is arched over to the left. And back to the center. Let's bring the knees into the chest. Keep the knees very wide and press the knees into the floor, toward the floor. Flex at the ankles. And place the right foot on the mat. Extend the left leg straight up. Both hands behind the left thigh. Press through the left heel. Toes point to the left shoulder. Try to press the hips down so you feel equal connection throughout the low back. And then press the shoulders into the floor. That might create a little bit of an arc in the low back for you. If you know any variations here, if you want to go deeper into this particular pose, please do that. Bend at the left knee, and we're going to bring the left ankle to rest in front of the right knee. Raise the right foot off the mat and bring both hands behind the right thigh. Return the back of the head to the floor. We are in resting pigeon pose. Used to be called dead pigeon pose. But I didn't like that. I don't know why anybody would call it. So here you want to keep a 90-degree angle at the right knee. And the left knee is going forward. So you have opposing action in the knees. That's it. And bring the foot down, unwrap. And this time we will extend the right leg up, both hands behind the right thigh. Left foot is on the floor. Toes point to the right shoulder. Shoulders pressing down, hips pressing down. A little bit of a gap opens up underneath the low back. Flatten the back of the neck, tuck the chin. Deepen the breath. I'm going to bend at the right knee, bring the right ankle to rest behind the left knee, raise the left foot, and bring both hands behind the left thigh. So the right wrist is under the right ankle. Press the right knee forward, left knee goes toward the left shoulder. Breath goes everywhere. Bring strength to the left leg, 90-degree angle there. Maintain that. Bring the left foot down, and we're going to unwrap. Place the feet on the floor, and walk the feet together until they touch. Drop the knees open wide and drape the arms off the mat. Bottoms of the feet connected. If this bothers your hips, you can have blocks underneath the legs. Otherwise, we're just letting the weight of the body open the body. Flatten the back of the neck, tuck the chin. Supta Baddha Konasana, reclining cobbler pose. Make some movements for the shoulders to help them relax. And really get attached to your breathing. Use the yogic Durga breath, the three-part breathing in and out. The three parts, low belly, mid-rib cage, upper chest for the inhalation. There's no activity here except for the deep breathing. So keep the mind away by focusing on your breathing. If the mind is very active, you can even count, add a layer of counting. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jaw is relaxed, teeth relaxed, breath very active. Feel the breath move through the body like a wave, like an ocean wave. The next breath in, tighten up the abdominal muscles, lift the knees to the top. We're going to widen the feet to the outer edges of the mat, but touch the knees together in the center. And then drop the knees right, then left a few times. Or maybe you just want to linger in one spot, no movement. Head goes in the opposite direction of the knee. And back to the top. If there's any other pose that you really enjoy that we didn't get to, please take time for that. Otherwise, we're going to move into the final pose, Shavasana. Bringing the right heel to the right corner of the mat, left heel to the left corner of the mat. Also setting yourself up in whatever type of Shavasana you need for your body. Arms about 45 degrees away, so that the shoulders are very relaxed. Make little movements in fingers and toes to help the body finally relax. Part of the training to become sattvic, a peaceful, content person with a quiet mind, flexible mind, tolerant mind, is to rest. It's to know the difference between activity and rest, and to feel balance. Not too much of one, not too much of the other. Even. Arms fully relaxed, legs fully relaxed. Bring your attention to the area of the eyes and relax your eye muscle. Relax your brow. Relax your jaw. Letting go of having to control your breathing now. Just notice the natural, subtle breath, letting the belly rise and relax. Effortless. Relax all the facial muscles. Relax the front of your neck. Relax the back of your neck. Broadening that relaxation into the shoulder. Relax your shoulders. Relax your upper arm. Relax your elbow. Relax your lower arm. Relax the palms of your hands. Backs of your hands. Relax your fingers. Both arms, both hands feeling heavy, like rock, unable to move. Bringing your awareness to the heart center. The anahata heart center, feeling at ease, spacious, compassionate, effortless. Relax the upper back, mid back, low back. Relax your stomach. Whole torso feeling heavy, unable to move, like a piece of rock, merging into the surface beneath. Expand your awareness into the hips, pelvis. Let the hips and pelvis relax, become heavy. No movement. Resting. Becoming aware of the upper legs. Relax the upper legs. Relax your knees. Relax the lower legs. Both legs heavy, unable to move. Relaxing the bottoms of your feet. Relax the tops of your feet. Relax your toes. Both feet, both legs heavy like rock, unable to move. Becoming aware of the whole body, feeling effortless, no movement, merging into the surface beneath. If the mind wanders, gently guide yourself back to the feeling of the breath, natural rhythm of breathing in, breathing out. Becoming aware of the sounds now, coming in from outside the room, coming in closer, sounds inside the room, coming in even closer toward the body, the sound of your breath beginning to deepen as you make little movements in the fingers and toes, waking up the body. Movements in the arms, legs, turning head left, right, shoulders. Taking a big breath in, arms over the head, stretch the whole body. Bringing the knees into the chest and rocking side to side. Massage the low back. Eventually curling up on the right side, resting your head on your arm or your cushion. The anahata heart center, suspended, spacious, peaceful.